So I completed my master's and I finally got to sign up with an agency, domestic violence and marriage and family therapy. And when I went there, she said, have you ever did like groups before, group therapy? And I said, no, I never did. Um, I said, this is the first place that I actually came to as soon as I got out of school. So she said that, well, I asked everybody else that was here before, nobody else want to do it because these girls are off the street. These are girls from Figueroa. These are girls that's been human trafficked, and they are very disrespectful. They curse. They just will tell you whatever comes to their mouth. So nobody wants to do the group. So she's been doing it. The owner, she passed away during COVID, but yeah, she actually was the one doing it, and she needed a break because she was burnt out. So I told her, okay, I don't mind. I said, do you have like, something for me to follow, or do I need to come up with my own? So everybody was telling me, girl, you don't want to do that group. That group is like ghetto and just out of control and all this type of stuff. And I said, my heart was, I'm not gonna lie, I was having a little anxiety. I'm like, I don't know what to expect. But I did it anyway. And the first day that I went, she sat in there with me and introduced me, and everybody was looking at me, and my heart was pounding, but I just put a smile on my face, like, okay. So I heard everybody, and they told me a little bit of their story. And so she called me in the back afterwards. She said, how do you feel? I said, I'm good. I could take it over from here. She said, are you sure? Because I really need a vacation. I haven't had a vacation in years. So I start doing that. I start taking it over. And a lot of the women, they open up, and I lay down the ground rules. I let them know we're not going to judge anybody. This is going to be a space where we all could open up and share. I say, if you have to scream, you scream. Whatever you do, I respect that. That's what you do. But we're not going to disrespect each other. And they understood that. And everybody, we became so close. They didn't even want to leave the group when it was finished. And people was getting jobs, and some people went back and so forth, but they came back and all that stuff. But she saw all that, and she sat in there one day, and people are just crying and just letting go of stuff. And she said, you know what, can you see you in my office? And I said, yeah. I said, is everything okay? And she said, I get a lot of good reviews like from the girls, and they really like the way how you run the group. So I would like to know if you can be manager, and can you come in, like stay back like 3 other days and just like do intakes and all this type of stuff. But it was just to do intakes, but the cabinet was messed up. The names was everywhere. Like files was in A for Z, and Z was in B, and I am very organized. So what I did, I took out everything, and I just like cut up certain stuff and start stapling A, B, C, and she opened a drawer, and she was like, Dorian, what in the world? She said, are we going to find no files? I said, well, I couldn't find any either. I got to do something so I can find these files. And she said, I really appreciate it. Christmas come, I decorate the whole place. Like she said, nobody didn't, not even her had the time to do it. But I love to embrace these moments of just making a difference, because I really am thankful for God, because God brought me from a tiny village where we didn't have money, no paper money, no coins. The only one time that I saw coins was in school when they're trying to teach us what 10 cents, 1 cent was and stuff like that. But we had harvest. And during harvest, we got to exchange fruits and what we reap. And I really love that. I never knew people was out here spending money, and you buying people fruits and all. I'm used to it being free. And when I was a teenager, was the first time I got a job at, I got, the second job was at a grocery store. And I was on the floor. My dad knew the owner, and he was like, can you hire my 2 kids, because he had to take me out of school. I never finished high school because it was 10 kids and a lot of bills. So he took me out. I worked. I was making $80 for 6 days from 8 to 9 in the night, just dusting the groceries and fixing it up and pulling the old one in the front and putting the new one in. And the owner loved the way how I keep it clean and helping customers. And she was like, I want you to move into deli because you've been standing up all like for so long on your feet. So you could sit and just wait for people to come buy the pastries and the food and stuff like that. And so that was my second job making that was the most that I made in Belize, $80. But I loved it. Gave my dad all the money. I don't have transportation, but I didn't mind because I know that he always provided food and clothing and all that stuff, although I didn't finish school. I finished school over here. But I'm grateful for the way where God placed me in this world because it made me more appreciate every single thing that He gave to me, and I appreciate it.
Amen. Amen. Serving took you from the flow to the deli. Serving. I'm just saying, serving.
And I got to take home like leftovers food, like pizza and stuff. I never tasted pizza before.
But the point I'm wanting you to see what's consistent in it, wherever you are, serve.
Yeah.
Serve.